Hello again from Scouse Farm. Today, being a Sunday, it's a nice day for compost. It's just stopped raining, but it looks like it's going to be on and off all day. So I've decided to give you a little peep at how I make my own compost. I don't buy any anymore. So everything on my garden every winter, I lay down some compost. It's the stuff that I've produced the previous year and over the summer. So what you can see here now is the black bin, known as the Dalek bin, because it looks like a Dalek from Doctor Who. But these are about 330 litre, the EcoMax ones, and I used to have two, but long story short, I was going to move a few years ago, but it didn't turn out that way, and I ended up selling a lot of stuff that I regret because I could make use of it now. So I need another one because it's not enough for the amount that I want to produce. But it does its job at the moment, and with having a lid, you can see the lid there, it's got the cherry leaves on. That keeps the rain out of the pile, and it also keeps a little bit of the heat in, well, quite a lot of the heat in, and it allows it to decompose a lot quicker. So with compost, I'll just show you in the top. I throw literally anything that's organic in there. So in there now, at the sides you can see cardboard, and you've got grass. So we've got grass clippings from the last mow. You've got citrus fruit, which some people don't want to put in there for some reason, but I've not found it to be a problem. Carrots, a bit of pondweed out of the native pond there, some oxygenators that were taken over, water lilies, and pistachio shells, because I eat a lot of pistachios. So that's one there. All of this is good for trapping air in the heap, and you want a lot of air circulation inside your compost heap, because then it allows the bacteria to basically touch the sides of the stuff that it's decomposing, and it'll make it happen a lot quicker. So a lot of people with bigger heaps, they use what's known as the Lasagna Method, and that's just layering green and brown. And green, as the name suggests, is anything that's leafy or high in nitrogen. So some things that are brown are actually green, like coffee grounds. So if you go to your local cafe or a pub that sells those percolated coffee drinks that they use the powder for, at the end of the day they just throw it in the bin, but it is a great source of nitrogen, and that can be used in compost heaps and on top of like plants like azaleas, rhododendrons. There's a rhododendron there. So if you can sprinkle it around the base, it lowers the pH of the soil over time, and it's great for blueberries as well. So anything that likes an acidic soil, that can benefit from coffee grounds. So back to the compost. You can see the cardboard there in the box. You've got all the cardboard from any deliveries that you get, and as long as it's got no sellotape on it or any like weird and wonderful photos, which is like a plasticky film over the top of it, as long as it's just pure cardboard with a bit of ink, it should be okay. Because the green ink there you see on the box, on the logo, that's probably from a vegetable base, so it will be fine to throw in the compost heap. And I've been doing it for years, and it's not a problem. But my favourite addition, you may notice, we have the Pony Maure from the video that I did recently when I went to the Dingle Park Palace pony place and got this bucket. So it's back in the house now, and I always try and get the mixed ones. So this would be classed as green and brown. So the compost itself, the manure, that is green, and the straw and the hay and everything else, that is a brown. So the brown is the carbon, and that allows it to, see, it doesn't even smell anymore, and that allows a good balance for the heap, because if it was just all green that you were putting in, it'd heat up really quick, and it can heat up to the point whereby it starts destroying the bacteria themselves that are breaking down the compost. So it takes a lot of the nutrients out of the compost and leaves you with something that's not as good as what it would be if it was mixed with a lot more carbon as well. So your browns are your carbon, and your greens are your nitrogen, and you'll always get a more green because you're always mowing the grass, you're always throwing leaves and plants in there. So don't worry too much about having a 50-50 balance or whatever some people suggest. It's always better to have more nitrogen than it is to have more carbon with regards to the composting. So that will go in as a 50-50 mix, but it's mainly the manure in there, so I'm going to get the benefits of the fact that the ponies were eating just grass and hay, so all of that is in the manure, and then the straw is just normal bedding straw that they use in the stables there. And I'll just give you a little sneak preview, but for demonstration purposes only. All you do, if you've got one of these Daleks, you just lay out your cardboard on top of your previous green layer like this, and then once you've covered up enough space, you know what I mean, just fill in the gaps with the cardboard and then put green on top, then put more cardboard, then put green on top until you fill it to the top, and then within a week or two it will drop significantly to probably half the size of what it was when you put it in, because that's how quick it decomposes, especially in the summer months when the heat is banging against the side of a black container like this. So that's how I use the compost, and for the rest of the day I'll be getting a little workout now, putting the manure and some of these leaves and things in there, filling it back up, and then within a couple of weeks it'll be down to half, and I'll just keep doing that. When I get another compost bin, what I'll do is maybe 2 months after filling it up, I'll then use the fork and I'll transfer it into the other heap, which will be known as turning, and that gets more air into the compost and allows it to decompose again a lot quicker, and it makes the process much quicker, and it also makes better compost if you get air in there, because there is a chance that you can starve it of oxygen when it's getting down to the lower levels, especially if it's got too much moisture in there. So that's another reason to use the lid to keep the rain off there. So don't allow it to completely dry out, but it's fine to just sprinkle a watering can over the top a bit if it looks to be terribly dry, and then get a garden fork in there and just poke some holes in it, move it around a bit, and that'll allow more air to circulate through the heap. So looks like a little workout for me now. I'm going to be getting that pony poo from there in there, and the rest of the stuff will get broken down as well. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you again soon.